Well, such a pity to see Sheffield Wednesday on their way back to the top with those unnecessary problems. The other Sheffield club, United, who are following Chelsea's lead and staging a seven-a-side floodlight cricket competition next Tuesday evening, concentrated on the traditional winter game yesterday. Their opponents were Swindon Town, who had to contend with the inspiration and cunning of United's new player coach, Martin Peters. Your commentator, Barry Davis.
Joining Martin Peters in the Sheffield United lineup are three other new names. In defence, Stuart Houston, who had 6.5 very good years at Manchester United. In midfield, Mike Trusson, who came in the summer from Plymouth Argyle. And up front, that seasoned campaigner, Bob Hatton, whose career, like that of his front partner, Barry Butlin, reads somewhat like a British Rail guide. Both are with their 8 different league clubs, though Butlin's record includes 2 period returns on loan to Brighton and Reading. Swindon are deserving of some sympathy. They've had a lot of problems with injuries in what is their worst start to a league season for 19 years. And today they welcome back Andy Rowland, who's been out for 3 games, the result of a bad cut on his heel from Alan Studd. So together again is the Rowland-Alan Mays partnership, which last season produced 56 goals. The one new face in their lineup from last season is Andy Rollings, who signed from Brighton. And a face brought back for its owner's experience belongs to Brian Hamilton. Swindon Town bench with Bobby Smith, the manager, on the left as we look. And it's Bob Hatton who gets the game away, with Sheffield United attacking the goal to our right. And if you've got problems in distinguishing the teams, Swindon are in the darker socks, wearing their change strip this afternoon of all blue. Here's the first touch for Peters, as usual, finding plenty of time to look up and find a corner. This is John Cutbush. Kenworthy forward from the back. And an early encampment by Sheffield United in opposition territory. And an absolute gift, but the whistle had gone anyway for handball. But I'm not really quite sure what Russell Lewis was trying to do, and I don't think he was either. The referee this afternoon is Ray Toseland of Market Harborough. Moment of panic on a sunny afternoon. Houston with the knee. Nice by Rowland to Miller. And McPhail had a time to look and height to get distance. It's a corner. Swindon bringing 3 players into the 6-yard box. And Andy Rollings couldn't get there. There's Miller again. And the pace of that was too much for Carter. Houston, nobody offering width until Hatton did so. Handball. Well, in fact, although the cry was for handball, the free kick has been given to Sheffield United. A bit of pushing in from behind. One of 3 coming across. Tibbett, Hatton, Trusson, and it came off the woodwork. Good header across by Hatton, and Trusson directing it wide of the goalkeeper, just a little bit too wide. Tibbett, Hatton, Trusson pulling away far post, and it came off the crossbar. And Allen coming across his goal, looking as Trusson was for the header backwards, found the ball coming off his crossbar, having beaten him. Greenwood. Trussen. Tibbets. And falling Carter. And falling over the goalkeeper, and penalty given. Well, Tibbets, I suppose, can count himself a little fortunate. He did well to fool Carter, but Allen would probably claim that he was coming out to get the ball, and the fall over the top was inevitable, which any challenge like that must be. But it's a chance for Tony Kenworthy to beat Jimmy Allen. 41 minutes gone. And 1-0 to Sheffield United, the scorer Kenworthy. So the first direct shot that Allen has had to save in the half came man against man, and the ball tucked away cleanly into the corner by Kenworthy. For the record, no complaints by Bobby Smith, the Swindon town manager, about the penalty, and there's no further score as we pick up the game. Andy Rowland is off and has been replaced by Charlie Henry. Tight the midfield into a small area. Greenwood. Cutbush. Back from Miller from Kamara, promising for Swindon. Greenwood, oh, it just ran away from him. Turned away comfortably into the path of Peters to tap it back. Good use of the chest by Matthews. Tibbet. Hatton. Gets the corner, and the cameraman gets a knock on the ear. A good contest between these two. Hatton is leading. There's Charlie Henry who got it away. That's the goalkeepers. Mays. A little bit short. And Hatton to Peters, did it nicely in spite of the stumble. Back again to Hatton. Butlin is over this side. They probably should have made more of that. Peters and Hatton, both of whom have been around a bit, not always at the same level of football. But the one man who wasn't involved in that move perhaps should have been to finish it. Barry Butlin, who was on the near side as we looked. And an offside decision given against Henry. Sheffield United made a pretty bright start to the season in terms of points. 6 points from 4 games, just 1 defeat at Barnsley last week. Turn of the year, they suggested themselves as promotion candidates, but won only 3 in the last 20 and 1 in the last 10. And their chance disappeared, and they finished pretty low down at 12th. There's Tibbet. Held the cross well for Hatton. Nice touch away by Allen. Cutbush. it away from Carter. Surely he's going to put it away this time. No! Oh, bother. Well, he perhaps could have taken more time. Having worried Carter into error, he turned with the goal facing him, one defender on the line, but the shot quite well wide. Bale didn't know where it was, neither I think did Henry. Butlin, Trusson, Hatton, he's got Tibbett just behind, number 7, and a corner. Well, he changed the point of the attack, nicely finding Tibbett. And Peters, in typical style, arrives at the back when there were 7 defenders in or around the 6-yard box. And Martin Peters recreates memories of other days, coming in to score at the back. Comes away all smiles, with a nice reminder of what he still has to offer. And with 78 minutes gone, Sheffield United lead 2-0, and the crowd can be more satisfied. Clearly the referee's right to have given the first one, but it was a bad penalty in terms of the danger to the Swindon goal. There's Tibbett, who was brought down on that occasion. Chris Kamara going for it. Made his debut, incidentally, in the city of Sheffield, but on the other ground at Hillsborough. That was for Swindon in August '77. Nicely done by Trusson. Not quite so well by Tibbett. Peters. Hamilton. Kenworthy. To Hatton. Lewis beaten quite comfortably. Matthews miskicks. Put in by Trusson. Well, Trusson takes the congratulations for his first goal for his new club. But as the crowd applaud and Trusson gets the congratulations, some of it also is deserved by Hatton, who initially walked comfortably away from Lewis. The missed kick by Matthews, and Trusson stuck out the foot to make it 3-0. Third goal coming in the 82nd minute. Matthews forward to Butlin. It's going to be tight for the keeper, but he stood his ground when it came to him. It was out. And with the match won, Martin Peters comes off to be replaced by Paul Garner. Martin Peters will be 37 next month. Playing today his 692nd game, which has just come to an end. Is there still time for Hatton? Well, not if he trips his man like that. Miller. Carter. And the player coach gets to his feet. The crowd applaud. A home side with a 3-0 victory, including a typical goal by Peters in the 78th minute, which added to the penalty by Kenworthy in the 41st minute, made it comfortable for Sheffield United, who then got a third through Trusson in the 82nd. Final score, Sheffield United 3, Swindon Town still without a point in the league, 0.
And those 2 points put Sheffield United back on top of Division 3 on goal difference ahead of Portsmouth. That's a happy enough position for Harry Haslam, the man who anticipated the effect that Martin would have on United's team. Harry, when Martin Peters was brought here to Sheffield United, what were you looking for him to do?
2 jobs. One was on the field, which he's doing, and being with the lads. And I believed, you know, my view to the board was that this was a type of fella that I believed if he learnt the manager's job quietly, without taking big bats, which you get now and again, particularly when you're starting, especially here because it's a big club, with a view to learning the job nice and quietly and taking it over nice and quietly.
When?
Time doesn't come in it, or dates don't come in it, but this is, it's a process, isn't it? But I believe this is how clubs sometimes would do better looking for the managers, giving them time to develop, giving them time to know where everywhere is. You know, i.e. you can come on a ground like this and be here 18 months, not know where the toilets is. But I said to Martin, just learn everything quietly. We'll go along with dual ideas and let's see it come out on the field, which it is.
Can we just go back to Harry Haslam, the man? You said the club attracted you, a big club, and a club that had slipped down, so a chance to put it back. What about the bloke himself, who has a reputation as well as his abilities for being a bit of a joker?
Well, I wouldn't call him a joker. I would call him a happy man, as they call Happy Harry. But he'd done a fabulous job with Luton and got them out of kind of deep trouble financially. And he's done a wonderful job here with Sheffield United. And as I say, Harry takes care of all that work. And as far as I'm concerned, at the moment, so that suits me, because I do what I'm best at, and that's with the players and playing and coaching. And so it's a good team up at the moment. And hopefully it's going to carry on for a few years.
But in the meantime, you are learning about the other side of football.
Yes, slowly. We're not going to take it too quickly, one step at a time. And if and when we feel it's time is right for me to take over, then we'll discuss it and we'll do it when we want to. We're not going to go like a bull at a gate. And I'm quite happy to do what I'm doing at the moment. And the liaison I've got with Harry is wonderful at the moment.
I mean, they said to me, do you think you'll make a pair? Well, as I said, they've got Peters and Lee, and now they've got Peters and me, so what's the difference?